teams are looking forward to this game as well.
Yes, they are. Giants wearing those City Connect uniforms. They take the field, so that means it's time for the Dodgers lineup, brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealer. So tough at the top. Chris Taylor's been red hot. Max Muncy, 13 games against the Giants this year, 8 home runs. You got Turner, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger playing first base. His hamstring's been acting up a little bit, so they're keeping him at first. A.J. Pollock in center, Billy McKinney, Luke Raley, and then Julio Rios, who's a very good hitting pitcher, on the mound and batting ninth. So that's the Dodgers lineup, and the pitcher that they will face, Mike, is the Giants right-hander Logan Webb.
Logan Webb, 24 years old. He's in his second year at the big league level. This is what he has done in 12 starts this year. 4-3 with a 3.54 ERA. Really had it going, and had to spend some time on the injured list, and since he's come off, he's been very, very good. Let's check out how good he has been and how he uses his pitches. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud. His pitch usage this year has been about 50% with the fastball, but the changeup has been very good, and the slider has really, really become a weapon. So he's got 2 specialty pitches that are great swing and miss pitches to both righties and lefties. The key for Logan Webb tonight will be aggressive. Stay aggressive. Get in the strike zone early. Get strike 1. Lifetime against the Dodgers, he's 1-2 with a 4.18 ERA. Our Statcast weather conditions, we all know how the winds play in this field, and now there's more wind coming in from left field than there is from right field. The carry in this ballpark is amazing. If you look at those numbers, you would think it would favor the pitcher. Well, maybe at the ground level, but up top, the wind is blowing out. Batting practice today was live for both teams.
Let's see. Here we go. Just game 1 of this 3-game series, and Chris Taylor, who tormented the Giants down in L.A., stands in against Webb, and there's strike 1 to get us started. Chris Taylor, Max Muncy, Justin Turner, the top of the lineup for L.A. And a slider. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Jim Wolf, the first base umpire tonight. It's 0-2.
Jim Wolf is a very, very itchy trigger finger, ringing guys up on check swings. All right, let's see how he did. Oh, easy call. Had a baby Jim.
Check swings, Giants, Dodgers. 0-2. Would not go after that changeup. Sam Holbrook is our home plate umpire. Typically an umpire who is pretty friendly to pitchers. Wolf, Nestor Ceja, and Mike Malinsky, the rest of the crew.
Yeah, Holbrook is one of those guys who will give you a lot of high strikes around the belt, but he likes strikes. He looks for them.
Got him swinging. So a nice start for Logan Webb. He strikes out Chris Taylor.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense. It's brought to you by Geico, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It's going to be Wade, Slater, and Yastrzemski, the best arm in center field. Estrada and Flores on the left side of the infield. Solano and Ruff on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So Lamont Wade Jr., who had the big weekend against the Pirates, gets a chance to play against a lefty.
He's another one of those guys who could make any uniform look great.
City Connect looks just great on Lamont Wade. So now Muncy taking strike 1 at 95 miles an hour. Max Muncy values this rivalry so much. He and his wife waited to have their baby daughter until after the series was done in L.A. last week. Here he drives one to left field. There's Wade squaring up and making the catch just short of the wall. Out number 2. So they had the baby on Friday, and he was ready to go back in the lineup off the paternity list tonight. So what do you think based on that first fly ball?
Well, there's carry in the park. I don't know how well he got it, but he got backspin on it. And I mean, he didn't come that far away from knocking it out of here. Of course, I think any fly ball he hits is going to go out after he's already hit 8 this year against the Giants.
You and me and everybody else who's here in this ballpark and watching at home. It's hard not to flinch when Muncy takes a big swing. So now Justin Turner. 2 down and the base is empty.
The City Connect uniforms are definitely growing on me, no question.
I think from here through the end of the year, at least the tentative idea, it could always change, is the Tuesday night games at home are going to be the nights for the City Connect.
Our former engineer on the radio side, Lee Jones, who retired a few years ago, he loves them.
Rocky Top.
Because it makes him think that the University of Tennessee is playing here against the Dodgers.
Where's Peyton Manning? Todd Helton. Now Turner ahead 3-0. And that one's not close. So Logan Webb gets the first two and then issues a 4-pitch walk.
So he's doing a smart thing. He's taking a walk. Obviously steaming about a 4-pitch walk when he had a really nice inning going.
So here's Will Smith. The strange thing about Will Smith is, he's having a great year. He's one of the better young players in the National League. He rakes against righties. Very, very dangerous. Strike one.
And I think that may be exactly what they do consistently tonight, or try to go backdoor with that sinker. Logan Webb's sinker has high velocity, and he'll go 94 to 96 miles per hour with it. And it's heavy.
The last one was basically a perfect one. Now he goes with that opposite movement, diving away for strike two.
You know, and it's basically Xing the outside corner. 2-seam movement that comes back across the corner into a righty, and then that slider that goes away. I mean, that shades of Greg Maddux right there.
0-2. He goes back with a slider.
Well, mistakes middle into this guy are not a good thing, and that was a mistake. They set a wide target. What Buster Posey would like to have seen with that slider, just to have it start on the outside corner and then fall off the plate away 6 inches. Having it hang low around the knees, middle of the plate, right at the bottom of the strike zone. Not to this guy.
Giants playing Will Smith to pull on the infield. 0-2. Just misses up and away. Solano almost straight up the middle from second base. Slater and Yastrzemski center field, right field. You can see still in the late afternoon, evening sunshine. Slider, and that one hit well to left center field, but maybe not quite well enough. Austin Slater's there with room to make the catch in front of 399. So it's a good start for Logan Webb. Slater's coming up when we come back. The dealers, Slater, Buster Posey, who's got the second best batting average against left-handers in all of big league baseball. Mike Yastrzemski, Darren Ruff right in the middle, Wilmer Flores. Lamont Wade still looking for that first hit against the lefty Solano, and Thairo Estrada with Webb, the pitcher, batting ninth. And man, a guy who is just having a really good year, the left-hander Julio Urias, 12-3 for the Dodgers.
Urias, 6 feet tall, 230 pounds. This is what he has done in 20 starts, 12-3 with a 3.63 ERA. Outstanding command with 127 strikeouts against 25 walks at 119 innings. And he's got a fastball that it's a mid-90s fastball. At times it can even go higher than that. He will 2- and 4-seam it. Got a curveball and a changeup, and everything he has can strike you out. And he has very, very good controlling of both sides of the plate.
So Austin Slater will lead off for the Giants tonight against Urias. And he rips the first pitch foul. He was on it, but a little too quick.
Well, that's exciting, though, because that's a curveball. He's out there trying to steal a first pitch. And the lower body of Austin Slater was solid. No lean, no drift.
That one right back up the middle. It ricochets off the foot of Urias, and Max Muncy's going to have no play. Now that's going to go as a leadoff hit for Slater.
Well, I mentioned that about having his lower body in control of the off-speed stuff, because that's been something that has been really problematic for him. It's been too quick. From the waist down, it's just the lower body's been geared to fastballs, and off-speed stuff has given him some problem. Here, another off-speed pitch goes right back up the middle, hits him up the bottom of the right foot. Puts himself at base. Those are two good swings.
Now, whether or not Slater tries to steal is another thing, but Austin Slater's a guy who can steal a base, at least put a little pressure on the defense on the base pass. The Dodgers are going to pay attention to him. Hasn't taken the Giants fans long, has it?
No. There's 3 outs into this ball game, and they're fever pitch.
We got our first Beat LA chant. That's a curve that is a little bit high. And that's usually how Urias, especially against right-handers, uses that curveball. Slater back again standing. There are a lot of Dodgers fans here tonight. No surprise. Fastball right on the outside at 94.
You know, there's some the one reputation you want to get as a pitcher is you want to be able to be a guy that can pitch behind in the count. You can make location pitches behind in the count, and Urias is one of those guys.
In the dirt.
You know, I mean, if he gets a strike on you, he'll go out of the strike zone a couple times, hope you chase. But if he gets into a get it in situation, 2-0, 2-1, or 3-1, he can throw a strike, and he can throw a quality strike. Put her on a corner.
They are definitely concerned with Slater. Dodgers, who came in here and swept the Giants earlier this year. That's the only series these two teams have played this season at Oracle Park. Posey, big chopper. Turner will get the out at second. The throw to first is in time, and the Dodgers turn the double play.
All right, what do you say we check out the Dodgers defensively, starting in their outfield from left to right, starting in with Raley, Pollock, and McKinney. That's your outfield, the best arm in center field. Taylor and Turner on the left side, Muncy and Bellinger on the right side. Will Smith will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So 2 down, bases empty. Mike Yastrzemski, we saw at the beginning of our telecast. We showed you he has his home run against Urias in the game last week in LA. So Julio's going to pitch him carefully tonight.
Well, I think he learned you can't just flop a get it in break it ball to him, because Yastrzemski, he sits on those.
That one hit on a bounce. Taylor playing over there at shortstop, and he throws out Yastrzemski. So the Giants get the leadoff hit, but they do not score. We'll go to the second.
And then it just reverts and starts blowing out. Most of it going to left field right now, which is the normal wind. Intriguing.
It looked like we had a little carry to left field in the first inning. Now we start inning number 2, and a good changeup to Cody Bellinger for a called strike. Bellinger, the numbers are not Bellinger-like. He had a better weekend with the bat. He has not hit the Giants this year. I'm sure that's bugging him. That's outside.
Well, when you're young, you've had the kind of success that he has had. You don't have a lot of patience with slumps.
I mean, and that last number is just kind of hard to believe. All the big moments he's had against the Giants and against everybody in his young career. 0 for his last 30 against the Giants. 2-2. Giants will flip-flop Flores and Estrada. So Tyro goes back to shortstop. Full count. Fouled off.
Nice pitch, 3-2 with a changeup. I mean, he's been softballing the whole time. The high fastball up above the hands, middle in. I mean, that's wide open right now, and it's really set up because of all the off-speed stuff that he's showing him.
Looks like that's what Buster wants. Fastball, strike 3 called. It wasn't up, but it came right back to that inside corner.
wanted one up around the hands. It winds up being a great pitch as the front door is the inside corner. And Bellinger knew it. He just tried to deke Sam Holbrook. Yeah.
So here's A.J. Pollock. Pollock's had a real good month of July. A lot of power hitting in July. Playing center field tonight. Mookie Betts is on the injured list. When we were in LA, Betts was not playing. He pinch hit in the first game of that series, but he was on the active roster.
Well, that pinch hit cost him another couple days on the IL.
It did. 1-1. Slider off the outside. A.J. Pollock, who is a pretty free swinger. Looks like a confident young man right now.
Well, he's maturing right in front of our eyes. You know, when you mature as a pitcher, you become aware of tempo in an inning. You learn how not to fall victim to it. You learn how to control it in your favor.
2-2.
And there really has to be an arrogance, a humble arrogance, if there is such a thing. But you have to be arrogant enough to where you take that mound, you think that you're the baddest guy on the field that particular day. That feeling will get picked up by the guys playing behind you. And I think it's very, very important. And he's starting to develop it.
Here's his 2-2. Pollock on the ground to short. Estrada will throw him out. 2 down.
Well, Giants Quick Pick presented by Coors Light is a new predictive game for fans to play free through the ballpark app. Predict what will happen before every home game. You can win prizes like tickets and Alaska Airlines flight credit. Download the ballpark app, play from home or right here at Oracle Park, and make your quick picks to get in the game.
2 outs, bases empty. Billy McKinney, Dodgers traded for him while we were in Los Angeles last week. I say we. The Giants were there. You and I were sitting right here.
Yeah. Just felt like we were there, kind of, sort of.
Felt like it to me. That one just outside.
I mean, the emotion in that 4-game series down in LA, it was incredible.
It took a lot out of the Giants. Yesterday was a good time for an off day, I think.
Yeah, I think it was much appreciated. Let everybody catch their breath. It's probably about we talk about these mid-season playoff games, which is what it feels like when you play the Dodgers, the A's, Cardinals, the Padres.
Got him looking. McKinney didn't think so. Logan Webb, a strong inning, retires the side in order. 0-0. Middle 2.
G&E. Visit safetyactioncenter.pge.com for safety tips.
Bottom of inning number 2. Darren Ruff takes strike 1 from Julio Urias. 0-0. Giants Dodgers here in San Francisco. Darren Ruff's been a big part of this Giants offense. Pulls that one on the ground to third, but foul.
You were talking about Urias' last start against the Giants in Los Angeles, how well he used the inside part of the plate.
Giants did not have a hit on a pitch on the inside. They went 0 for 7 when they put an inside pitch in play against Urias last time out. I mean, it's not like they were piling up a ton of hits anyway, but he was really effective when he was coming inside. Ruff skies that one foul.
Well, the one thing I learned from Frank Robinson, who is a great player, obviously, but as a manager, he had no problem coming over and giving you tidbits as to how a pitcher should pitch a hitter and how a hitter thinks in certain counts. And the one point he would always make mention of is you never establish the inside corner in the mind of a hitter until you throw a strike with your fastball. And I think that's something that Urias does really well. I mean, he pounds that inside corner, but he throws strikes with it. And the importance of that is, guys are middle away, middle in guys, and they're basically, when they look fastball, they're going to look that side of the plate. If you don't establish in the mind of a hitter that you can throw a strike on the outside and the inside, well, that's just a free pass. They can cheat. If you're only throwing strikes on the outside part of the plate, that's where they're going to look. They're not even going to think about the inside corner. But once you throw a fastball on both sides of the plate, that changes the whole game.
2-2, and Urias gets the call on the outside. Ruff didn't think so. That's Urias' first strikeout of the game.
When you think about the first strike he got was on the inside corner. Here he goes to the outside corner at the knees with 95-mile-an-hour cut, and it's an absolute perfect pitch. So the bottom line is, if you're going to look fastball to this guy, you have to pick a side of the plate, and you have to stay on it.
Wilmer Flores. That first pitch curveball, steals strike one. Big home run on Sunday for Wilmer. He's done very well against the Dodgers. That makes you a popular guy in this city.
Oh yeah, you make friends in San Francisco quick when you have success against the Dodgers. That's a fact.
He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Breaks his bat. Barrel went flying. Urias fielded it cleanly anyway. 2 down.
Off-speed pitch did its job.
Well, I tend to agree with you. There is going to be a hit for LaMonte Wade Jr. sooner rather than later against a lefty. It's going to happen.
Well, usually when you go this long without a hit against a lefty and you're a left-handed hitter, you usually come out of it with a home run. That completely breaks the scab.
Sounds like maybe kind of a call by you.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Lazy, get it in, first pitch, break a ball, leave earth.
McCovey Cove beckons. I wouldn't call that one lazy.
No,
it's a pretty good curveball. But it was that get it in curve. Took that one. It's 1-1. Well, it's kind of cool that LaMonte Wade's mom and dad are here for this series against the Dodgers. Emily is mom, LaMonte is dad, senior.
The old man's got his game face on.
Big time.
So for 28's wearing him out.
Rips that one down the right field line, and that was another curve. Just a little too quick. So LaMonte's parents flew in from Baltimore today. Their son's in a pennant race.
Well, plus they flew them in because they knew that they're usually good for a couple of hits.
1-2. He struck out swinging on the changeup. So Urias retires the Giants in order, and we'll go to the third in a scoreless ball game.
Reconnect with colleagues, friends, and family, especially when organizing a group. Group tickets are available for all home game. Go to 415-972-BALL or go to sfgiants.com/groups.
Third inning, Luke Raley leading off against Logan Webb, and a changeup for a called strike. Left-handed hitter. He's got some power. I think just about everybody the Dodgers bring up from the minor leagues has to have some power. Slider for a ball. He's been up and down 5 different times. This is his 5th stint with the Dodgers this year.
Doesn't take long for him to figure out defensively.
Right into the defense. How about that? Solano throws him out. 1 away. So 1 out, base is empty, and now a word via WebEx by Cisco.
We need that part.
It's nearly done.
Can you repeat that? That's better.
It's done.
With WebEx, the McLaren Formula One team is collaborating like never before. Introducing the WebEx Suite, driving hybrid work.
Julio Urias, who is a good hitting pitcher, he takes ball 1. He's got 8 runs batted in.
Leading all major league pitchers, hitting at 231. And the other thing too is he's going to get some pitches out of you.
One and 2. He held the finish.
It's almost like he couldn't believe he missed it.
Two and 2. So he is getting at least 5 out of Logan Webb. Got him.
Well, Giants fans, Xfinity Mobile delivers fast nationwide 5G on the most reliable network. Save on your wireless bill with Xfinity Mobile. 4 strikeouts for Webb the first time through the lineup.
Including a strikeout of Chris Taylor, which these days should count for a couple, because I mean Chris Taylor has carried the Dodgers offenses last week.
He's making a pretty strong argument for player of the month.
He was named the player of the week, but you're right. It's been bigger than that. Ball 1 to Taylor.
You know, the player of the month thing, that's, I mean, they only have 6 of those. So it's a pretty prestigious award. I mean, so is player of the week for that matter.
Well, as hot as he's been with 2 outs, you get Max Muncy on deck. I don't think Logan Webb wants to walk Chris Taylor. That one called a ball.
One thing about Sam Holbrook, if you're a pitcher, you never want to stare down or ask where was it, because you're going to get some help. He's got a nice strike zone to pitch to. He'll miss it every once in a while, but you don't want to show him up. You don't want to make that strike zone shrink.
That's a strike on the outside. There is Muncy on deck. Well pitched game so far. He went around for sure, and that was a strike anyway. 3 and 2.
Quality 3-1 pitch.
From 3-0 to 3-2. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. The pitch is popped up, shallow right. Yastrzemski coming in, and he's underneath it for out number 3. That's a nice job by Logan Webb to come back after falling behind. Middle of the 3rd. It is the bottom of the 3rd. A 0-0 ball game. Donovan Solano against Julio Urias, and a first pitch curve. He's doing that a lot for strike 1.
He's pretty creative with that curveball because he can take speed off it. He can also flatten his arm angle down, flatten that out, which widens the break.
Throws that curveball a lot. Much more than he used to.
I mean, there for a while when he first came up, Dodgers had Alex Wood, they had Rich Hill, they had Kershaw and Urias. They had 4 of the best curveballs on one staff in all of baseball.
For a young pitcher, what a great place to be if you want to learn how to throw it. Watch some other real good ones. That fastball just missed.
Well, he had to have picked up the ability to back off speed from it, because when he first came up, everything was off a hard release. He maxed out on everything. He didn't do that anymore. He's got finesse with everything he throws.
Solano, kind of a squibber to second. one away.
All right, time now for the Cadillac Ultimate Play. 43 years ago today at Yankee Stadium, Dwayne Kuiper became the first player in American League history to hit 2 bases-loaded triples in the same game. Both triples came off of Bob Kmire. The only National League player to do so was Bill Purton of the Braves in 1959. Nice going, Smoothie.
So there's still only 2 who've done it in the history of the game. 2 bases-loaded triples in the same game. Happy anniversary. Thairo Estrada stands in. He gets that curveball.
Everything out of the stretch.
Bounce that one in there. 1-1. Thairo Estrada hitting .339. Has hit 3 home runs. Giants are expecting to get Brandon Crawford back later this week, and you have to say Thairo Estrada has really done a nice job.
Really has. And he's had some really big hits.
Been a few defensive mistakes here recently, but overall he's handled shortstop. All the injuries the Giants have had, but in a lot of ways the nightmare scenario was Crawford going down for any length of time, and particularly this important stretch of games. You got to give Estrada credit. 2-2.
Brandon Crawford talking it over with Evan Longoria. Longoria set to come off right around the first week of August, and that's exciting news.
He was going to do some more work in the cage today. Estrada fouled that one down. Hopefully he's okay. Gets up. That's a good sign.
That's left foot, but where on the left foot did it get him? Yeah, look at maybe the arch instep.
Maybe more than anything, it just kind of knocked him off balance.
That hurts so bad.
He's back in there. 2-2. Estrada takes that changeup. He works the count full. You got Logan Webb, pitcher, on deck. Giants have 1 hit. Dodgers don't have a hit yet. The hit was Austin Slater leading off the game. They would like to get Austin up here in this 3rd inning. Estrada, line drive, base hit, left center field.
It's a great at bat. Work a count full, get a lot of pitches out of the guy, and then on the payout pitch, take a breaking ball and rake it into left field. Just to get it in, curveball, kind of a floater up around the belt. Really beautifully timed to his lower body. So sets up a bunt situation.
I would think so. Estrada's got good speed, so the bunt doesn't have to be perfect. That's well done. Bellinger just took a look, but his play was to first. 2 down.
Job well done, and he does on the first pitch. I love it. You know, what's the hardest one to bunt? Well, it's a high fastball up around the letters, and that's exactly what he got. He still managed to get the job done.
All right, so Slater a chance to put the Giants ahead. Remember, he was waiting for that first pitch curve from Arias, his first at bat. He yanked it foul.
I think he's going to sit on the same thing.
First runner at second base for the Giants in this game.
You know, if you look at Arias and how he's gone after the Giants last couple starts, he's kind of pitched them backwards, meaning he's thrown a lot of breaking balls to get ahead, and then he comes in with a fastball late in the count.
Miss with that curveball. For ball one. So Slater ahead 1-0. Estrada, excellent speed at second. Fastball for a strike.
So I mean, you're up there looking for a fastball. Well, you got to stay on whatever side of the plate you're going to look at, but he forces you to get off your strength and maybe look for the fastball in the inside corner. And that's what is unique about this guy. It's hard to sit on a fastball with him.
That one on the ground to second. Muncy will charge and make the play to throw out Slater. So the Giants do not score. John's going to come over and join Mike on the TV side for the fourth inning. A 0-0 game.
Again, my pal and our Hall of Famer, John Miller. Welcome.
Hey, and pitchers duel, and I think we kind of expected that. Julio Urias, one of the outstanding young lefties in the game, and he seems like he always does well against the Giants.
Hey, I like your style tonight. You're looking good.
I got my orange gear. They didn't give us one of the jerseys like the players are wearing, but I kind of like this one.
Yeah, it's comfy. It's a good one.
Max Muncy out in right field. The slide and the out. Donovan Solano. Well, that's supposed to be the benefit of being so far out there in the outfield. You got more time to go for a ball like that.
Well, he really has to go to his left. This ball's hit hard. He gets it, 360s into it, gets up, throws a strike, and it's a one-pitch out. But the sliding 360, that's fun.
And it's nice to see a pitch that Muncy doesn't hit in the air for a change.
Yeah, keep him on the ground. That's the game plan.
Justin Turner now. And that spins in there for a called strike. Turner walked his first time. 0-0, fourth inning. Logan Webb, and he's been excellent against the Dodgers this year. He's pitched 13 innings against them now. He's only allowed 4 hits against Dodger hitters. This is his third start against them. In the air, shallow right, Yaz. 2 down.
Well, inside Oracle Park, you can combine your fandom of the Giants with admiration for the Bay Area by becoming a member of the 415. Brand new membership includes a set of 10 vouchers redeemable for tickets in the 415 supporters section with access to the bullpen terrace. You get gifts, you get live events for members only, and game day food and local beer specials. sfgiants.com/the415. Check it out.
Will Smith now on the outside corner for a called strike. 2 down, nobody on. 9 in a row retired by Logan Webb since he walked Turner with 2 out in the first. Turner has been the only man to reach base for the Dodgers so far in this one.
Being very respectful for the strength of Will Smith with his middle end, pounding that outside corner. Another perfectly placed backdoor sinker, and at 94, can't throw a better pitch than that. Now you can break the slider out away.
He did, but maybe too far away. 2-2. Cody Bellinger on deck, would be next. 2 down, nobody on. Yaz waiting for this one. A 9-pitch inning. He's retired 10 in a row. Posey, Yastrzemski, Ruff coming up
on today.
The look at the Bay Bridge and the skyline of San Francisco from the East Bay there. Julio Urias inside the ballpark throws a called strike to Buster Posey. Buster grounded into a double play in the first inning. Giants have 2 hits so far. An infield single by Slater off the foot of Urias, and Estrada single to left in the third. 1-1 the count. Tomorrow night, Anthony DeSclafani will go for the Giants against Walker Buehler, and then the day game on Thursday, 12:45 Thursday afternoon. 2-1 now to Buster. And that Thursday afternoon game, Johnny Cueto for the Giants against David Price. And that's called a strike, and Buster thought that was a little too pitcher friendly.
Well, the first strike was a fastball in the inside corner. Here in a 2-1 count, he goes to the outside corner. Pitcher strike, no question.
2-2 the count, and that was toward his right foot. 3-2.
Yeah, he had a chance at 2-2 to go out of the zone with a back foot slider. That's a good one.
Yastrzemski on deck. Ruff due up third in the inning. 0-0 score, last of the fourth. And back into the second deck off the first base side. Buster's had a couple of days off. Giants, he played 3 straight games in 3 straight days. And first time in anybody's memory this year. He had the 2 days off. Game on Sunday and then the day off yesterday. That's a base hit into left center field. First hit for Buster.
Well, the NBA draft lottery is Thursday, and the Warriors have the 7th and the 14th picks. Monte, Mully, Durrell, Monte are all ready to break down the action and what it means for the Warriors roster next season. Warriors draft review Thursday at 9 on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Yazoo has a home run in his career against Urias out of the 4 hits that he's had lifetime. Hit 2 home runs in LA last week. Tries to drop a bunt on that third base side, but fouled it back, and it's 0-1. And now Justin Turner, he wasn't all the way back on that left side, but he moved in a little bit further after that bunt attempt. He's all alone on that side of the infield. Overshift on for the Dodgers. And a fastball for strike 2 called. 96 miles an hour. Now Turner moves to the right side, as you see. And the third baseman is now in between the second and first baseman. Taylor back to short. Nobody at third base. Darren Ruff on deck. Raley. That ball carried pretty well out to left field, considering the kind of a swing it was and how off balance he was.
He had a cheekless swing. There was not one butt muscle in that hack whatsoever. You do that to a hitter, you made a good pitch.
What happened to a ball like that just being a pop-up into shallow left that the left fielder can't get to?
That gives you an idea of the carry in this ballpark. Batting practice today was seen. They were flipping balls out left and right, both teams.
Now Darren Ruff called out on strikes his first time. 1 out, 1 on. Posey, the Giants' second hitter to lead off an inning with a base hit. Slater was the other back in the first inning. Giants have 3 singles and no more. No walks allowed by Urias.
Like he was thinking right field. There's a huge gap on the right side with Bellinger, the first baseman, holding on Posey. They've got Muncy, the second baseman, pulled over on the shortstop side. The whole right side of the infield is just an open invitation for Darren Ruff.
Two and one the count now with Wilmer Flores on deck. Padres, the third place team in the National League West behind the Giants and the Dodgers, are hosting the Oakland Athletics at Petco Park this evening. center field, but under it, A.J. Pollock, and Posey will go back to first. 2 down. Wilmer, his bat just exploded back in the second inning, and the ball bounced right back to Urias. So he's got a new piece of wood now. And once again, they've got the 3 infielders to the left of second and are giving him almost the entire right side of the infield. In right center, McKinney. And the Giants are gone. So Posey, a leadoff single, and watch the rest of the inning for first base. 5th inning, 0-0. Giants and Dodgers have played the first 4 innings scorelessly as we head to the 5th inning here at Oracle Park on the shores of San Francisco Bay. Logan Webb, who has walked 1, that's the only base runner he's allowed, and has retired the last 10 Dodgers in a row, including Bellinger. Now Bellinger fouls that fastball back and out, and that was a fastball right out over the heart of the plate with that 2-seam movement. Bellinger, who had some hamstring tightness in the Friday game against Colorado, was removed from the game and playing for the first time since tonight, but playing at first base. And that is through, base hit, and the first hit for the Dodgers in this game.
Went at him with a little changeup just off the end of the bat, but still it gives you an idea of how strong he is, how much bat speed. Even if he goes up the bat a little bit, it's still a quality line drive. We haven't heard the exit velocity, but he got out there quick enough to where Solano couldn't get to his left to get it.
A.J. Pollock now. Pollock grounded to short his first time. Hit softly to short. Estrada will go to first with it. Bellinger with that great speed. So it's hit softly enough that Estrada had no play on him. So Pollock moves Bellinger up with that very poorly hit ground ball. Danny Glover is here tonight, sitting alongside Larry Baer, actor, director, and an outstanding actor and a Bay Area guy.
And loves baseball. Brought a couple of his baseball buddies. Think they had some fun on the drive over to the ballpark? I think so.
Strike one called to McKinney.
I like that sinker that Logan Webb threw A.J. Pollock. It really ran up the bat. He's not an easy guy to jam.
McKinney with his 3rd team of the year. He's had 2 hits, 13 at bats as a Dodger. Also been with the Brewers and the Mets this year. 1-1 the count.
I mean, that's the kind of year that'll give you a nickname. I mean, his whole career has been Billy McKinney, but after this year, he's now Suitcase Billy McKinney.
That's a base hit right center field. So Bellinger around third to score. McKinney heading for second. The throw, the tag. He's out. But the Dodgers have a 1-0 lead. So Austin Slater, what a throw.
We talk about him having the best arm in the outfield tonight. A little breaking ball down and in, and McKinney finds a gap. But with his speed, he's thinking double when he sees where it's at. And Austin Slater says, I don't think so. Perfect one-hop strike that Estrada slaps on the tag. A little pat him on the cocoa.
The changeup is low to Raley, just back from the minor leagues. Raley Grounded out to Solano in right field his first time. Coming down off the mound to barehand it, and Webb throws him out. But the Dodgers get the first run of the game at a 1-0 lead as Lamont Wade Jr. comes up.
Well, the race continues tomorrow. A 6:45 first pitch and then a 12:45 matinee on Thursday. Dodgers Giants. Doesn't get any better than that. Go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets.
Dodgers have a 1-0 lead now.
Hey, happy anniversary, 50 years.
Bruce and Kathy.
Yeah.
Got married in 1971. Now a message from Grayton Resort and Casino. Julio Urias, who was on deck when the inning ended for the Dodgers here in the first half of the fifth, and it took him some extra time to get back out there. Lamont Wade Jr. leads off against him. You saw him, maybe if you were with us earlier. Lamont's mom and dad are out from Baltimore to see him play here. And it's 0-1. Wade struck out his first time on a changeup, but Urias blows a 94-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Strike one here. Dodgers in the overshift. And quickly it's 0-2.
Fastball, curveball, 2 swing throughs. Now you're thinking, man, I got to get short here, put something in play.
In the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cody Bellinger, by the way, scoring that run for the Dodgers after a leadoff single in the 5th inning. That's the first time he's had a hit against the Giants this year. He had been 0 for 28 against the Giants until that. I guess he was due.
0 for 2021.
And that's a lot of offers. And the strikeout for Wade has not been able to put a ball in play so far against Urias tonight. 1 out. John Brebbia heating up in the Giants bullpen now, as Webb is due up 4th in this inning. Donovan Solano. Solano grounded out to second his first time. Strike one. Yankees won in Tampa Bay this evening in the American League 4-3. Red Sox got rained out at Fenway Park in their game with the Blue Jays. Off the outside, 1 ball and 1 strike, and the Mets got just destroyed by Atlanta at Citi Field, 12-5. Charlie Morton, a lot of rumors about Charlie Morton maybe getting traded, but he got his 10th win for Atlanta tonight, beating the Mets and Jared Eichhoff. And Washington beat the Phillies 6-4. Trey Turner got a base hit, his first at bat in that game, then had to come out of the game, and people thought, oh, there have been rumors about a trade, maybe he got traded. No, a positive COVID test came back on him.
Unbelievable.
Juan Soto hit a 3-run homer in that game.
Hope you didn't throw away all your masks.
That's for sure.
They're coming back.
1-2 the count. And the high fastball, and very high. Solano is 0 for 2.
Always been a good strikeout pitch for him, and the reason for it is he's got such height on his curveball that when you see the ball out of his hand, you think it's the same pitch. But at 95, you know, You see that fastball, and it's just so difficult to get your top hand on it.
So 2 straight strikeouts to start the inning. Here is Estrada, who singled to left his first time. Ball 1.
Yeah, he had the best at bat of the day. Worked the count to a 3-2, and then hit a P-rod to left field.
Right back into the glove of Urias. 1-0 Dodgers as we head to the 6th.
Giants next weekend at sfgiants.com. Dusty Baker bringing his first place Astros into Oracle Park.
And the Astros made a trade to bolster their bullpen today. Either last night or today, whenever it was. They got Kendall Graveman from the Seattle Mariners. Graveman was having a very good year and ended up being their closer most recently for a Seattle team that has done really well this season.
I was surprised to see that trade. I mean, Kendall Graveman's nasty. There's not a team on this planet that doesn't want him in the bullpen.
Strike 1 called to Urias, who struck out his first time. The Astros are playing in Seattle tonight, in fact, and have a 3-2 lead. Graveman may try to beat his old team late in that game. The count is 0-2 now to Urias. Taylor, the leadoff man, on deck. Then Muncy due up third. And he made short work of Urias. Strike 3. Now a word from Lazy Boy.
Lazy Boy has so many designs and colors because they know style isn't always black and white. Or maybe it is.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
1 out, nobody on. Here is Chris Taylor, who has struck out and flied out to shallow right. He's 0 for 2. 1-0. The Dodgers lead the Giants, 6th inning. Too low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Even the misses that Logan Webb has had tonight have been good misses. They haven't been that far away from the strike zone. Haven't been that many easy takes. Good changeup.
1-1.
.68 pitches through 5 1/3. He has been very good.
And that's in there. Strike 2 call.
It's the beauty of a changeup. You get a 1-0 strike with a changeup. You come back with a fastball. That fastball is going to look faster than it really is, just because of how good the changeup was.
Another fastball, but off the outside. 2-2.
Slider off the plate, down around the knees, gets him.
Off his foot, foul ball.
Buster Posey called a changeup. One thing about Posey and Webb, you don't see a lot of shaking off from Logan Webb. He really trusts Buster Posey.
And Buster won the Rookie of the Year in the National League in his first World Series ring. Well, Webb was, what, 13 years old. Here is Estrada. The off balance throw right there to get a fast runner. Taylor is gone, 2 down.
Nice play. That ball came up on him a little bit right to the end. But really did a nice job of getting himself in position. Just a little slight turn there with the hips. Goes to a quick exchange and a sling from the side. Perfect strike. Chest high to Darren Ruff.
Now Max Muncy. Muncy drove one to fairly deep left center his first time and grounded out to Solano, who went a long way to get it in right field, and he takes a called strike.
Muncy has really had a hard time trying to figure out Logan Webb.
One and one. Muncy, whose wife delivered the couple's first child over the weekend. He was on the 3-day paternity leave, returning to the active roster tonight. That was pretty close, and it's 2-1.
I think if they'd been setting a target in the inside corner, they had a chance to get it, but they were setting up away.
And he went after that one, fouling it back into the second deck. 2-2 the count.
Nice pitch. A little backdoor breaking ball. So easy to hang a backdoor breaking ball out over the plate.
Muncy's hit 22 home runs this year, and a lot of them against the Giants. 2 down, nobody on. Past Webb. The long throw by Flores. Too late.
It's that little piece that Webb caught as the ball was going by him, slowed it down enough to give Max Muncy about another step. Just right there, he catches a tip, slows it down. And one thing about Muncy, I mean, he doesn't look like he has good speed, but he does. He could definitely put some heat on a play.
So the inning goes on for Justin Turner. Only the 3rd hit for the Dodgers against Webb. An infield hit here by Muncy. Turner has walked and flied out to right. 0-1. Oakland has gone ahead of San Diego 2-0. A couple of runs in the 3rd inning, and they're still batting, leading 2-0 down there. Well, called a ball. Muncy back to the bag at first. Muncy, and the Dodgers as a group don't do a whole lot of base stealing. Muncy has 1 steal.
You just can't let him walk into a run. You have to make sure when he takes his lead, you make him stop. And that's all you basically have to do.
Plenty of room at center for Slater. Inning over. An infield hit by Muncy. 1 man left. We'll see if they pinch hit for Webb.
5 section. The Coke bottle of Bay Bridge. It's the best camera in the country.
Mike Tauchman pinch hits for Logan Webb. And it's right on the outside corner from Urias. 0-1. So Webb, and the Giants they didn't want him to go much past 80 pitches anyway. But man, he was sensational tonight. 6 innings, 1 run allowed. And it's 0-2 now to Tauchman. He gave up 3 hits, and one of those was an infield hit.
Every time he goes out there and has an outing like that, I mean, it's just another layer of confidence. Great 0-2 pitch right there.
Leadoff man Austin Slater on deck. High fastball.
Tough takes. Tough takes.
Austin Slater on deck. Buster Posey due up 3rd. Got a piece of it to stay alive. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2 from Urias. Urias, who had been averaging 13 pitches per inning through the first 5. He's allowed 3 hits, all singles. 4 strikeouts. He hasn't walked anybody. Harleen Garcia throwing in the Giants bullpen now, and that is all for Tauchman. He blew a fastball right by him.
Well, tonight's postgame live has a special guest, so don't miss it. It's none other than the former Giants skipper, Bruce Bochy. That's right, after the game on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Now Slater. Urias, his Achilles heel this year has been the long ball. He has allowed 17 home runs, or 1 for every 7 innings pitched coming into the game. Giants have only singles against him. As that high foul goes down the right field line.
Yeah, but you look at those and say, how many of those are solo shots? You know, he's a guy that believes in his stuff, and he doesn't want to walk anybody. He's got a real good strikeout walk ratio, so he puts the pressure on the hitter.
Right up to the moment, he's had 132 strikeouts. He's only walked 25. One and one the count. And it's been kind of similar tonight to when he faced the Giants last week in LA. Hardly anybody ever hit the ball hard against him. Down to the field line, base hit. Raley cuts it off, but his throw will be too late. A double for Austin Slater.
2-hit night so far for Slater. And he just puts himself in scoring position. Take a look at the pitch. A little fastball right out over the middle of the plate. And he rakes it. Now, they had been playing him towards the left center field gap, so he had an opportunity because of preset positioning on the defense to fake double. And with his speed, took advantage of it.
This is only the second Giants hitter to come up with a runner in scoring position in this game. The other was Slater with 2 down in the 3rd inning and a runner at second. Buster has a base hit his last time up. Base hit could tie the game. A base hit to the outfield. In the outside corner. And now Will Smith asks for time and runs out to talk to Urias.
He got crossed up. So go out and have a Nextiva meeting on the mound. When you need business communications for the office, the home office, and everywhere in between, choose Nextiva. I really don't know how Will Smith caught that ball.
In the dirt. A ball and a strike now to Buster Posey. Giants have 4 hits against Urias in the game. Dodgers ahead 1-0. Slater, a fast runner at second. Muncy playing over right behind the bag, trying to keep Slater from getting too big of a lead. And the changeup off the outside at the knees.
Just missed. Boy, it looked like Sam Holbrook thought about it.
Yastrzemski on deck. That's a base hit. Pollock's got a pretty good arm, but he's way offline with the throw. Cut off by Bellinger, and the Giants have tied the game. Buster Posey delivering the clutch RBI hit.
You think back on that second strike that was missed. It created a 2-1 count. He had to get a little more of the strike zone. This thing cuts right back over the middle of the plate. And Buster Posey inside outs it to a tune of 102. And a good read by Slater and good speed. No contest. Got a brand new ball game.
Now Yaz. Buster Posey, a 2-hit game. Fouled that one off the catcher. Strike one to Yaz.
So Logan Webb now can get a no decision or a win. Jazz can score another run or two here this inning, and if the Jazz would hold that lead, he would get the win. And boy, did he pitch beautifully tonight. Wow.
A pop-up out behind second. Taylor, the wind started to carry it, but he stayed up to catch it. 2 down. Posey holding it first. And now Darren Ruff. And Yaz had not had a hit since the Giants got home from L.A. Darren Ruff tonight has struck out looking and hit a fly ball to center. Giants with 5 hits in the game, not 2 of them by Buster Posey. 1-1 in the 6th. No, Buster made it back safely on that one.
Well, that throw over had some serious hang time as Brusdar Graterol starts to get heated up.
Jarlin Garcia getting ready for the 7th inning in the Giants bullpen. 1-1 the count to Darren Ruff.
Not sitting on a fastball.
He couldn't catch up to that one. 0-2. Bellinger on the bag at first with Posey. The right side of the infield again is just totally exposed, with Muncy to the shortstop side of second. There you see it. Another fastball, but too high on the outside, and he took it.
Just kept climbing the ladder with that fastball.
Wilmer Flores hoping to get an at-bat in this inning. Down and in. 2-2.
High fastball up, sets up the back doors or the back foot slider. And you go right back on the inside corner above the hands with the fastball.
But off the outside. Full count. Good work here by Darren Ruff, making him throw a strike. Dave Roberts, bench coach Bob Guerin to his right. 3-2. Buster goes and pulled foul on down the left field line.
Looked like when he set up to that 3-2 pitch, he opened up just a little more, backed off the plate just a little bit, almost like he was expecting that fastball inside, and he got it.
Ruff, who has averaged 1 homer for every 13.5 official at bats. Very big home run pace. Buster runs. Base hit to left field. Raley on a hop. Posey stopping at second. Pretty good at bat there by Darren Ruff for his first hit of the night.
That's about the 3rd time we've seen the 3-2 count. You work the count, you get a pitch, and then you deliver. Here's a fastball challenge right at the belt. And he top spins this thing out to left field. Great at bat. And indeed, Wilmer Flores is going to get a chance to hit.
But against whom? Brusdar Graterol is ready in the bullpen, and Dave Roberts out to the mound. And that's all for Urias. But it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be right back. A one-out double by Slater, followed by Buster Posey's base hit. And now after the 2-out single by Ruff, putting 2 men on. Here is Brusdar Graterol in from the bullpen with the right-handed hitting Wilmer Flores coming up.
Hard fastball thrower. He'll see mid to high 90s gas from a low 3/4 release. Very upright finish and lots of movement. He forward 2 seams the ball and he's got a slider. He warmed up with nothing but fastballs. Did not throw any specialty pitch.
He's pitched 6 2/3 innings this year. Allowed 6 runs on 6 hits. Couple of walks. 5 strikeouts. Very hard thrower. He got the call on that one.
So what's he want? He comes right out of bed with a slider. Doesn't throw one to warm up with. You know, those are things that guys on deck will pay attention to.
Posey at second. A base hit could put the Giants ahead here. And that is caught by Bellinger. 103 miles an hour off the bat of Flores. A laser beam into an out. Buster Posey single, knocking in the tying run. As we go to the 7th, Dave Fleming will be back to tell you all about
3 hits, no errors. Giants 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. It was Julio Urias and Logan Webb that put on a show. It was a Billy McKinney single that put the run on the board for the Dodgers in the 5th. Buster Posey tied it up in the 6th. And here we are going to the top of the 7th inning, all tied up 1 apiece. New pitcher now for the Giants when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It's going to be Jarlin Garcia coming in for appearance number 32. 1-1 tie, top of the 7th. And once again, my pal and my partner, Dave Fleming.
Here we go. Still stinging a little bit after that line drive off the bat of Wilmer Flores.
Such a good at bat.
Man, I thought that had put the Giants ahead.
By 2.
Yeah, that would have scored both, I think. So Jarlin comes in, and this goes a little bit against convention, but Will Smith has been better against righties, and then he got Bellinger on deck. So I think Gabe Kapler likes this part of the lineup for Jarlin. It's a bullpen game now, 1-1. Breaking ball for strike 1.
Garcia's a mid-90s throw with a curveball and a changeup. Occasional slider. Throwing with a lot of confidence.
Smith, big power from the right side. He waves and misses at that one. It's 0-2. Dodgers have their bullpen heating up, so it might be that Graterol is just going to be asked to get that 1 out. Smith fought that fastball off foul.
That's good emergency swing right there. They wanted to go up above the letters with that 0-2 pitch. And it dropped kind of in the happy zone of Will Smith. I mean, you don't want to make a habit of missing down and in. And he comes in an area well. That's where he gets a lot of home runs. But on that swing, he was late.
Oh-2. On the ground to first. Ruff will field. He's going to toss to Garcia, who just gets there. Will Smith runs well for a catcher. 1 out.
You just don't think a catcher, on the doorstep of August is going to be able to leg out an infield single. But with Will Smith, I mean, you have to know he's going to hustle down there, and he can do it. So you've got to get over, and you got to get over early.
Can't make a mistake. Any little bobble, and Will Smith takes advantage of it. So now Bellinger, who got the hit and scored the run in the 5th inning that put the Dodgers ahead. Strike 1.
Stand on that outside corner. If you go inside, you've got to go up around the hands. It's a good low ball hitter and loves down and in, especially from a lefty.
One and one. The one hit that he's had in his career against Garcia was a home run. Two of the top home run hitting teams in big league baseball, the Giants and the Dodgers. Giants came into tonight leading Major League Baseball. 2-1. 151 home runs for the Giants. But it's not like the Dodgers are way behind. They've hit 142 of them. Plenty from that guy. Three and 1. Not real close that time. I give the Giants hitters credit. The way Julio Urias was throwing the ball, to get him out of the game before he finished 6 innings, I was pretty impressed by that.
It's kind of what they've been doing all year.
Strike 2. Come back to the plate, Cody.
Yeah, and umpires do not like this. And this guy does it all the time. I mean, anything that gets called a strike, especially in the outside corner, I mean, he just feels like his rights were violated. The pitch is right there. And Sam Holbrook is staring holes through him.
Yeah, that took a long time to get back in the box. Still not there.
And the whole time Holbrook's had his hands on his hips.
3-2. Got him swinging. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That was a big moment. 2 down. Bellinger retired, and now a message from Grayton Resort and Casino. Two down. A.J. Pollock stands in, 7th inning. Tight, tense game. Top 2 teams in the National League West. Pollock go for 2. Hits that one to right and pretty well hit. Yastrzemski going back all the way to the wall, and now he's going to have to turn and play the carom. He snagged it barehand style and wheeled around and fired to second. But Pollock in with a double. Pretty nice play by Yaz.
Plays that right field wall as good as anybody who's ever played out there. And there have been some great right fielders that have played that wall. Here he goes back, they can play, and right there he goes, I don't have a play. Now you got to get in position for the carom. He one-hops it with a barehander. Pollock just too much speed, but Yastrzemski can't execute it any better or any quicker than this. He has a very accurate arm and a very quick release.
I do think Pollock kicked it into an extra gear there once he saw Yastrzemski make that play. So now extra base hit means the go-ahead run is in scoring position. This is the guy, Billy McKinney, who drove in the first Dodgers run. Posey went out for a visit, I'm sure, to get the signs straight. There was a time earlier this year Jarlin Garcia really struggled with that whenever anybody was at second. McKinney takes a ball. Dominic Leone is up in the Giants bullpen, so I think Dave Roberts knows if he were to use his bench, try to get a righty against Garcia, the Giants would likely make a counter move. That one's right there.
Stack up the infield to the right side, straight away in center field.
So that's your Giants defense, trying to keep the game tied. 1-1. Just outside.
One thing you could never do is argue with an analyst that puts together the defensive scheme. Because if you say, well, why do you play the infield to pull and the outfield straight away? He would show you the information. Show you where he hits the ball. And after he shows you, guess what? You have nothing to say.
It's not a judgment call.
No, it is not.
2-1. That's a strike.
They'll look at all the balls hit out in center field, and they'll put an end on both of the spectrum of where those balls are hit, and then they place that guy right in the middle. I mean, it's just simple. Once you've amassed all the information, it makes positioning your guys pretty simple.
Garcia and Posey going to check the cards. Garcia wanted to make sure he knows what sign Posey's using.
Fourth set.
Yeah. That doesn't mean the fourth sign that he drops down is the pitch.
No.
Big pitch to make here to Billy McKinney. Go ahead run at second. 2-2 on the ground, up the middle, right into that defense. Estrada throws him out, and Arlene Garcia gets around that 2-out double. Wade, Solano, Estrada coming up, a 1-1 game. Triple layer outing for Logan Webb.
Man, triple layers. Usually you describe a hen house.
Not in this case. All right, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up and repair experts. Jimmy Nelson's having a good year. One time he was a great starter for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's trying to revive his career as a reliever, and he's been throwing the ball well.
It really has. 43 strikeouts in 28 innings. It gives you an idea of the kind of stuff he's got. He's got really good breaking ball stuff. Curveball slider combination.
All right, since we have a little extra time while Nelson gets ready, how about a quick word via WebEx by Cisco?
We need that part.
It's nearly done.
Can you repeat that? That's better.
It's done.
With WebEx, the McLaren Formula One team is collaborating like never before. Introducing the WebEx Suite, driving hybrid work.
Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow, great to have you with us tonight. What a game. 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Nelson still getting ready. We had a performance in the ballpark of God Bless America. Law Enforcement Appreciation Night here at Oracle Park. Fog starting to roll in from the Golden Gate. This is a San Francisco kind of night. 64 degrees at game time. Salesforce Tower with signature fog rolling in. Just beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. That's San Francisco. The Fog's been putting on a show lately.
Yes, it's certainly not new tonight. Well, Lamont Wade Jr., who struck out twice against Urias, now, even though Nelson's really good, this is a matchup for Lamont Wade Jr. right here. Had a big weekend with the power swing. So Jimmy Nelson, third pitcher of the game for the Dodgers. And a breaking ball is high, 1-0. Brusdar Graterol got the 1 out, and it was a line shot, leaping catch by Cody Bellinger to save the tie. That's the only out Graterol got. Wade started. Did he go? No. On appeal. That's Mike Malinsky over there. Nelson has not allowed a home run in 28 innings. Lamont was trying to change that.
Break a ball, break a ball, break a ball.
First 50 games with the Giants in the San Francisco era of this franchise. Most home runs. Bonds, Cepeda, McCovey, and Lamont Wade. Is that something?
That is. I mean, he's been that good. He's made a lot of friends in a short period of time.
Mom and Dad are here tonight. Slider again. 2-2.
You're going to see a lot of breaking balls. They're good ones.
Just got activated on Sunday off the injured list. He was not active when the Giants were in LA last week. Got him swinging. Foul tip into the mid. Strike 3. Another slider.
Take a look at the quickness of it. I mean, and it's kind of hard to call it curveball and kind of hard to call a slider. It's more of a hybrid pitch, but it's quick and it has high velocity. And for him, it's a strikeout pitch he can use for lefties and righties, and that's why you see him throw it a lot.
So a quiet game tonight for Wade. Solano 0 for 2. Now right-hander against Jimmy Nelson. He takes that slider for a strike. Foul ball. I don't think there's been an era, at least in recent baseball history, there's been a stretch where we've seen more pitchers who throw either exclusively one pitch or almost exclusively just one pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you see guys being asked to do it with sliders, and that's tough on an arm. You almost have to have a fastball in between 3 sliders to cleanse your arm up a little bit. But we see it. It's almost like every staff has one.
There's your cleanser.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, you could say, hey, throw 10 sliders. That's a great idea. Well, the reality of it is you throw 3 and all of a sudden they start to get a little diluted. And by about the 5th, 6th one, you're going to hang some. Throw a fastball just to kind of cleanse the arm a little bit. That pitch comes back to you. But to ask a guy to go out there and throw 85% sliders, which we've seen. Matt Whistler was an example of it. Jimmy Nelson, you're watching right now, is another guy who does that.
Slider for a ball.
And you throw that in, you're going to hang them like that.
That was a hanger. He just hung it so high that it wasn't hittable. Thairo Estrada's had 2 really good at bats tonight. Now those were against the starter Urias. He's on deck, and then the pitcher's spot. Solano fouls that one off. Another slider. Teams don't throw Donovan Solano a lot of fastballs these days. I mean, he has seen a steady diet of sliders, breaking balls.
Well, the league's adjusted to him. They know he's a good fastball hitter, so now you have to prove to them you're a good breaking ball hitter.
Nelson waiting a while. Now another 2-2. Went with the fastball and he missed.
About 6 inches off the plate, he acted like it was in the zone.
Yeah. I don't think it had any movement coming back to the plate either.
No, four-seamer, he just nibbling with that fastball. He didn't want to go in that strike zone unless it's a breaking ball.
Solano, full count, 3-2. Here's the pitch. That one hit him. It was going to be ball 4 and it glanced off him. That's a base runner for the Giants.
Yeah, they should give him second base. He got walked and he got hit by a pitch.
I agree. Double down.
Another slider. See what I mean about it. And you throw so many of them, they start to get diluted.
Thairo Estrada can hit a hanging slider. He is single in the 3rd was a line shot, and then he hit a rocket back to the pitcher his next time up. So he's 1 for 2. He's hit the ball hard both times.
It's a good mistake hitter. Throw him above the belt. That's his happy place.
Go ahead, run at first, 1 out. Solano being held there by Bellinger, and a slider hits him. Came up and in, and it got Estrada. Giants fans are unhappy, but for the Giants, that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, be happy.
You can boo Nelson, but that's a rally for free.
Yeah, their breaking ball just sort of skims off the left forearm. So Mark Prior coming out there and he's asking, are they calling too many sliders?
I don't think he's thrown a strike yet with a fastball.
And because of that, if you're Alex Dickerson, you're going to go up there looking for one thing. And it's important because you're going to look for one speed. Back legs going to time to a slider speed.
So Dickerson will indeed be the pinch hitter.
You know, we talk about that series in LA they had a week ago. With the difference in those games were always who played the cleaner game in regards to giving away 90-foot gifts. And this is a certain situation here where they've given them, as you call it, a rally for free. And now you have to take advantage of it.
Only one out. Solano's got about average speed at second, really good speed at first. Thairo Estrada. Alex Dickerson, 10th home run of the year, came on Friday night. Waiting for the pitch from Jimmy Nelson. Here it comes. And it is a slider for a strike. Took that slider, 1-1.
And that's why, you know, if you're up there looking for a breaking ball, you look at getting it counts, because he's going to come at you with a breaking ball, opening up 1-0, 2-0. And he'll throw it any time.
Treinen, the right-hander, Alex Vesia, the left-hander, both warming up in the bullpen.
Both high velocity arms.
You got Slater on deck with some possibilities on the bench still available for Gabe Kapler. But a big at bat here for Dickerson as the pinch hitter. Swung and missed at that slider, 1-2.
It's the beauty of strike one. I mean, you have two pitches to go to a corner and hope that he chases, and he got him to chase this. Breaking ball is a good one. He starts it off the inside corner, lets the movement fall out of the strike zone.
So now Dickerson likely to get another one of those. 1-2. He did, and he took it down. Nelson stumbled on his follow through. 2-2.
Duggar with a bat in his hand. It's a big pitch because he doesn't want to get into a 3-2 situation, and he cannot walk a runner over to third base. This is his one chance to go to a corner and let it fall out.
Here it is. Dickerson fouls it off. He went to the outside corner.
Tried to backdoor it. Had a little hang to it.
I mean, it's pretty remarkable. He's a one-pitch pitcher right now. Dave Roberts talking through some scenarios. When the next hitter, Slater, comes up, what are the Giants going to do? What are the Dodgers going to do? But for now, Alex Dickerson waiting for another 2-2. Here it is. And he hits a little looping liner out to short, caught by Taylor. Good job by Solano not to get fooled by the defensive positioning. 2 down.
And it's easy to do. I mean, he preset the defense in his mind, and he knew that Taylor was playing right behind the second base. And that ball was heading out over his right shoulder. That could have been easy for him to get picked off. He took one step and then regroups. Heads up play.
So now Duggar is going to be announced as the pinch hitter, and that's going to prompt a double switch from Dave Roberts. So the Dodgers are going to bring in, I assume, the lefty Vesia with Duggar now the hitter. So Jimmy Nelson will be out, and we'll see who's coming in. It looks like Zach McKinstry will come in for LA in place of Billy McKinney. So there goes McKinstry. When it's time for a change, think Speedy oil change, and it's not the lefty, it's Treinen. Think Speedy oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair expert. Bruce Bochy, who follows this team very closely, still a valuable and important part of the Giants front office. All right, Dodgers did not bring in the lefty. They bring in their setup man, Blake Treinen, with Steven Duggar as the pinch hitter. 2 on, 2 out. Tie game, bottom 7.
Yeah, they're bringing out some of the best stuff they have in that bullpen. Treinen is a mid to high 90s guy with lots of sink. He'll sink and cut the fastball. Yes, also has a slider. You're going to see movement.
That slider hangs up and away, ball 1. You know, the 3-batter rule, I think, came into play here because Vesia can be so wild. If you bring him in and then Duggar somehow coaxes a walk or whatever, then you get Posey, who has to face that lefty. I think that might have influenced the decision of Dave Roberts.
Totally.
Want to know to Duggar. Go ahead run in scoring position. That's Solano. And Duggar hits a little soft liner to Taylor, who caught both of them in this inning. So the Giants threaten, but they do not score, and we'll go to the 8th. It's 1-1 Giants Dodgers. Think Speedy oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It is Tyler Rogers out of the Giants bullpen.
For the 47th time this year, 1.96 ERA in his 46 innings of work. Rogers, the submarine specialist. 3 different types of pitches that he can give you. He can sink and cut the fastball, believe it or not, and he has a rising curveball, which is quite entertaining.
So he's got 2 lefties to start, Raley and then McKinstry, who came on as a part of the double switch, and then the top of the order after that. You know, 1-1 tie. Raley, strike 1 with the slider. Steven Duggar stays in to play center field. Giants certainly don't lose anything defensively with that. Although Austin Slater tonight, I mean, Slater had one of the biggest hits of the game, and he went 2 for 3, plus he threw out a runner from his center field position. Good game for Slater.
It's one of the biggest plays of the night.
A little bloop to left. Wade is going to have to play it on a bounce. So Raley is aboard with a leadoff single. Up comes McKinstry. Tyler Rogers certainly does not panic when that happens. I mean, Tyler's used to some traffic on the bases. He's not striking out a ton of hitters. So when you're his style of pitcher, you know you're going to give up some hits. The ball's going to be in play.
But you also have the ability to put that ball on the ground and get a double play. And he's the best guy in that bullpen to get that pitch.
That's what he'd love to do here. That one snapped right over the outside corner. He was a big part of the story, Tyler Rogers, last week in LA. Of course, the blown save in the second game of that series, and it sort of happened so fast it was kind of stunning. And then Gabe Kapler gave him the ball the very next game, and he got the save.
3 up, 3 down.
McKinstry takes inside. Posey kind of had to knock it down there. 2-1. First at bat of the night for Zach McKinstry, who's had some big hits for the Dodgers. He's hit 7 home runs. That one's right there on the outside, 2-2.
I like that. He missed with the second pitch. The second ball was off the plate in, had a little cut to it. Then he comes back to the other side of the plate, takes out a corner, and evens the count. A perfect pitch.
2-2. Way high and tight. That slider got away from him a little bit.
Well, that's the pitch right there that his teammates are convinced somebody at some point in time is going to swing at it and get hit right in the face with it. And that could have been the one.
Well, this becomes a very big pitch. You got the top of the order after this. Now time.
Yeah, you're right about that. This is the biggest pitch of the game coming up.
They're going to throw to first. You don't think of Luke Raley as a guy who might be going, but Tyler Rogers does not strike many guys out. Possibility of the double play ball. He might be running. Long hold. He's not going. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
And he can't believe he swung at that.
That helps the Giants' cause. That was ball 4.
That was ball 4. That is a huge get for Tyler Rogers. Yep. He can't believe it.
So now Taylor. Been swinging the bat so well. We saw that firsthand. He kept it up this weekend. Dodgers stayed at home against the Rockies. Takes that pitch. Just a little bit off the inside. Ball 1. Eighth inning tie game. Another tense, tight game between these two teams. That one to center field. Duggar having to go back quickly. Still going back. It's over his head. One hop up against the wall. Taylor speeding towards second. He'll make it there. And over to third, Raley. The Dodgers have second and third. One out.
Take a look at the location. I mean, it's just right there above the knee, middle end. And a nice inside out hack from Chris Taylor gives you an idea how much strength he has. Short hops the wall at 105.
So now Gabe Kapler, and I'm sure he's coming out to talk some strategy here. You got an empty first base. Max Muncy coming up with Justin Turner after that. Do you give your pitcher the option?
Well, I would if he was a strikeout guy. And, you know, he averages about 6 strikeouts per 9 innings, which isn't bad, especially for a submarine guy. But, you know, the consideration is, well, I might just put this guy on and then pitch to Turner, who is a guy who could hit into a double play.
Number 1 hitter with runners in scoring position in all of baseball this year. He's standing in where a hit is going to put the Dodgers ahead.
The other thing too is when you decide to pitch this guy, you're playing the infield in, you're losing some range in your infield. If you walked him and faced Turner, you can relax your middle infielders and keep them back at double play depth.
So here we go. Muncy against Rogers. Second and third, one out. A check swing foul.
I can't remember the last time we saw Muncy have a check swing.
No kidding. Not many guys swing with more conviction than Max Muncy.
You're right. He will get off a swing. So right now is where you need to get lucky.
Slider not close. 1-1. You can sort of toy with the strike zone a little bit here, trying to make the perfect pitch. The problem is Muncy just almost never chases.
One of the best eyes in all of baseball.
Outside.
Now this pitch here, he'll tell you if he's going to pitch to him or not. Because after you got the 0-1 on the check swing, you know, the next two pitches, you know, you're going to go to a corner. If you fall to a 2-1 count, big deal. Now, if he's going to pitch to him, he's going to get in the strike zone here.
Infield still in. Muncy swings and misses at that slider.
A little backdoor frisbee. At 72, had him way out front. And that is, I'm going to pitch to him, but now he's got two more pitches really to think corner, to think a quality pitch, and he hasn't thrown him the riser yet.
The 2-2. Muncy on the ground to first. Runner breaking for the plate. The throw, the tag, out at home plate. Darren Ruff to Posey, 2 down. Still tied at 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean by you got to have luck. And had a ball right to Ruff, plenty of time. Posey sets himself in a one-hand swipe tag. Perfect throw from Ruff, an absolute strike. And really had nowhere to go.
So 2 down. Turner could still deal a big blow to the Giants. And Turner has had so many big hits in the history of this rivalry, his history with this rivalry. First and third, 2 down. Slider in the dirt. The guy on deck is the guy who hit the walk-off home run against Rogers in LA, Will Smith.
Yeah, and I guarantee Tyler Rogers knows that. So does Justin Turner. He knows he's going to get pitches.
That one came in 2-0.
Set that outside target, so he basically missed his intended target by 3 feet.
Turner takes a strike. That one right to that outside corner. Infield, of course, with 2 outs is back. Outfield straight away. Taylor at third, Muncy at first.
4 for 5 lifetime. Turner against Rogers.
2-2.
Another perfect pitch to the outside corner. I mean, he's not making any mistakes out over the middle. Turner 4 for 5 lifetime, and Rogers knows where every one of those locations were that he got to hit. The trick is staying away from those locations.
Here's Rogers ready with the 2-2. Turner fought it off foul. Slider away.
Great pitch and a great fight him off. He threw that frisbee on the outside corner, stretched out about 4 inches off the plate, and he had all the lower body in that swing taken out by Turner. He did well just to fight it off. Thing about Turner, I mean, you keep throwing the ball away, you think, man, I could go inside, but boy, if you do, you better get it there. They're going away again.
2-2. Muncy running, popped up, first base side. Ruff coming over, but it's going to be over the net, beyond his reach. Tyler Rogers, for 3 years now, has been one of the very best relievers in the National League. The one team that has given him by far the most problems is this team. Two. Turner to right field. Yastrzemski's there, and he will make the catch for out number 3. Wow, Dodgers had second and third, 1 out, and Rogers pitched through it, and now Posey and Yastrzemski are coming up in a tie game. Woo. Part of the order for the Giants against a guy with great stuff, Blake Treinen, who got the final out in the 7th. Giants survived the top of the 8th. Now can they take the lead? Posey, Yastrzemski, Darren Ruff against Treinen.
See the lifetime numbers. The 1 hit against Treinen, a homer.
There are not many pitchers who have those kind of numbers against Posey. Buster's had a 2-hit game, and he's driven in the only run of the game. He's been watching Sam Holbrook call that pitch against him all night long.
Well, 92-mile-an-hour cut on the outside corner is a perfect pitch. You're not looking for that movement when you're up there taking an at-bat right-handed against Treinen. He's got big-time sink that's going to work its way into you.
0-1. Posey had a big rip at a slider that was up.
Quick bat.
Here's the 1 home run. And it was this year.
And that's the movement we're talking about. 2-seam movement that comes back into Posey, who, with his inside-out approach, I mean, he's really designed to beat the sink from a right-hander. So what it's trying to do, 2 pitches, 2 breaking balls, 2 type of pitches that have movement going away from him.
0-2. Buster took that slider. That was the home run where Posey had the thing going with some fans behind home plate at Dodger Stadium. So he had that big smile after he took Treinen deep. I don't know if he'd have a smile, but I think if he took him deep here, we would see some emotion from Posey. Tie game, 8th inning. Way outside, 2-2.
Easy takes.
Well, I think you're right. That's the way Treinen is attacking Posey here. He does not look like he wants to use that sinker in.
Staying with breaking balls.
Way outside.
Easy takes, and he did not want to get into a 3-ball count. It's so funny how 1 hit lifetime and it's a homer, but look how he's pitching him. He's pitching him like he's 8 for 13 with 6 homers.
Full count. Here's the 3-2. It is ball 4. Posey was behind 0-2 and he draws the walk.
All breaking balls.
I think that home run was firmly in, not the back, the front of Blake Treinen's mind.
I 100% agree.
So now Yastrzemski. Mike's had such a quiet homestand so far. This would be a great time for a big at bat. Shift on to the infield. Turner alone on the left side. That one misses in. Ball 1. With that cutting movement, Treinen, I mean, he can get wild.
He can absolutely get a wild hair up his nose.
He's done a pretty good job this year of throwing strikes. The walks have been down. He's been good. That one again off the plate by a lot, and Will Smith wants to come out and talk. What's that, 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone?
And 5 easy takes too. I mean, there's just not even a consideration to swing. And again, Vesia gets another hump. This isn't kill time. This is like, you know what? He's chewing on him right now. That's your basically look at a pitcher in the eye and say, quit nibbling. Let's go.
Darren Ruff on deck. After that, Wilmer Flores due up. So Vesia getting ready maybe for the possibility of a pinch hitter, maybe for Lamont Wade later in this inning. Yastrzemski had a good rip, 2-0.
He did. That's exactly what he was looking for.
Posey at first after the leadoff walk. Nobody out. That's ball 3.
Good take right there. That's not easy to do with the type of breaking ball that he has. I mean, that's a different breaking ball than what he saw early in the count. And once again, he's in another 3-ball count that he does not want to be in.
This time 3-1. Yastrzemski pulled it foul.
94-mile-an-hour cutter. He was looking for the same movement that he got on that 2-0 pitch.
So unlikely Posey's going to be going anywhere. Bellinger's still holding him on. But a full count now to Mike Yastrzemski. 3-2. Treinen to the plate. That is ball 4 outside. Back-to-back walks. I don't think that was all that close. Treinen's asking Holbrook.
Yeah, but take a look at all the misses that he had that were so far away from the strike zone. I mean, when you have an umpire convinced that you're not going to be close to the strike zone, he doesn't give you the corners.
Well, I think we can safely say this is not going to be a bunt for Darren Ruff. But in the history of this rivalry, I guess we've seen stranger things.
Oh, I'd be shocked. They want him to try and do damage here.
Yeah.
Plus, he can hit a ball 380 feet that could get everybody moved up.
2 on, nobody out. That one came off the plate in. Ball 1.
Again, I mean, if you're throwing strikes, you get that one. If you're throwing strikes, you might get the 3-2 pitch to Yastrzemski. But when you miss 5 times by 3 feet, the umpires aren't convinced that you got your stuff. So that zone shrinks up a little bit.
15 pitches, only 5 strikes for Treinen so far. A little check swing bouncer. Muncy's going to field, and he didn't get Yastrzemski. So now Posey ranges away, and Bellinger throws it so high. Posey will come in to score. Yastrzemski over to third. That's how the Giants go ahead. 2-1.
Unbelievable. He can't believe it.
He's never made a throw like that.
He overthrew Turner by 10 feet, maybe more. Maybe 20 feet. Wow. That is an airmail. And for Yastrzemski, I mean, a really smart play not to run into the double play.
Yastrzemski made him work for it, and the Dodgers made a mistake. So the Giants are ahead 2-1. Wilmer Flores with the infield in, runner at third, still only 1 out. And Wilmer hits a little check swing roller. Muncy's going to take the out at first, so that will be disappointing for Wilmer. Yastrzemski has to hold. He didn't mean to swing. 2 down. With Lamont Wade coming up, we'll see what Dave Roberts wants to do. He's got Vesia in the bullpen.
I mean, that ball had to slip out of his hand. I mean, he had to lose grip. There's absolutely no way you can miss a target 20 feet high above your intended target. This place is still buzzing.
No kidding. Nobody can believe what they just saw. Wade takes a strike. Well, this would be a great spot for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, you don't want to take a sombrero in front of your mom and dad.
They flew in for tonight's game. And fouled that one off his leg, foot. Now he's behind 0-2. That one really hurt. Well, Mike Yastrzemski slammed on the brakes. Didn't make it easy on Muncy.
Let's take a look and see exactly where this ball hit. Oh, Schenberger.
Shin. Jake McGee all the while has been warming up in the Giants bullpen. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. It's not a ton of at bats, but that's pretty good track record. A lot of big 2-out hits for Lamont Wade. But down 0-2. Fouls that one off. Back-to-back walks set it up, and then the error has put the Giants ahead. One and 2.
96-mile-an-hour cut.
Wade doesn't look to me like he's 100% still. He's still feeling that.
Oh, I don't know how guys do it. I really don't know how they get into the at-bat and proceed.
Oh, no. So now Lamont's down in a heap.
I mean, that's your biggest fear.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hit one, it's bad, but when you hit a second one, that's just crippling. I mean, he's having a hard time putting his weight on it. You know, that's the thing about Treinen. I mean, he's a sinker ball with a mid-90s cut. He does this to guys every night. Now, if you're trying to, you think I got to throw another one down and in there. I mean, you know, you don't want to swing at it. We'll see where it got him. So a little bit higher. It wasn't exactly in the same spot, but
I mean, look, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it at all, but I think it's at least better that it wasn't in the exact same spot.
Oh, exact same spot. You want to quit the game.
He did it just last week. That was kind of the same spot that he hit tonight. The first one against the same pitcher. He is not enjoying hitting against Blake Treinen. The next time he hits again, he might wear an air cast.
I can't believe he doesn't have one on there anyway after what happened to him in LA.
Neither can I. Something extra. Well, he's staying in the game. You have to think they're coming back in. Got him swinging. So the Giants, 1-run lead is going to have to be enough. Bellinger's going to have a chance for redemption. McGee coming in for the ninth. 2-1 Giants lead. Lots to talk about with this game just in and of itself, and then you get Boch talking about all things Giants when we are done here at Oracle Park.
I'm not going to miss that. I mean, just his perspective on how he sees this team will be very interesting. Plus, this is a time of year when, as Gabe Kapler said today in our pregame chat with him, that it's exciting. You're going into the trade deadline Friday night, and I'm sure Bruce Bochy will talk about that, what it meant to him when he was the manager.
This is one of the most exciting weeks of the year. Well, the Giants are going to move some pieces around, and I think a lot of it just to accommodate Lamont Wade Jr. Darren Ruff's going to go out to left field. Wilmer Flores moves to first. There's Darren. Jason Vosler comes in the game to play third. The new pitcher is Jake McGee. And I don't know that Lamont Wade could run around out there. So Dave Roberts just making sure he gets all those changes correctly. And the big change, obviously, is the Giants closer. Jake McGee is in, trying to get the Giants a win in the first game of this series. Smith, Bellinger, Pollock, three guys who can all take you deep. Jake McGee was a part of the Dodgers World Series winning team just last year. Now facing his old team again. He got the save in the final game in LA on Thursday night. Smith goes after that first pitch fastball.
Well, I mean, Smith caught him. I mean, he knows how he likes to work. He knows the movement of his fastball, and that's exactly what he's going to sit on. And he's not going to try and hit a leadoff single. I mean, he's going to try and tie it up.
That is exactly what he's trying to do. And he's more than capable. The error puts the Giants ahead. Now trying to finish it off. Foul that high fastball to the backstop. 0-2.
Just keep climbing that ladder.
I think that's when we see Jake McGee totally sharp, just on his game. He can go up there so effectively.
That's his best strikeout pitch, and I agree with the nights that he's not been able to get it there have been nights where he's had problems. Haven't been many. And right now he's pitching with as much confidence as he's had all year. Again, you see the high target.
That one came up but in at 97. 1-2. Smith fouled that one off.
4 pitches, 4 fastballs, and he's late on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball away.
McGee pitched on Sunday. Giants got the win against the Pirates, and it wasn't a save situation, but McGee got in the game. Had yesterday off. Both these teams were off yesterday. 1-2. Smith to center field. Duggar is there to make the catch. One out.
97, right at the belt, out over the plate, and he hit that ball well.
Look at those numbers. 3 career home runs against Jake McGee. And you can only imagine he is thinking redemption after his throw has given the Giants a chance to win this game. Bellinger singled back in the 5th and scored the only run. That one a fastball. Pitch. Bellinger on the ground. Defense right there. Kind of an in-between hop, handled nicely. 2 down. Solano throws him out. Giants are 1 out away. Just been a great baseball game.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, a lot of incredible matchups, hitters to pitchers. It gets down to the Dodgers' last out, and they definitely have a guy who's got power to tie this ball game up. And Pollock's going to try and do it. I mean, he knows what he's going to get.
Albert Pujols has come out on deck. If the Dodgers can keep this game going, 2-1 Giants, 9th inning, 2 down. Pollock takes it a little bit high, ball 1. Pollock's hit 7 home runs this month alone. That one to right field. Here comes Yastrzemski underneath it, and the Giants take game 1 from LA. Jake McGee, a 1-2-3 9th inning. Handshakes and hugs all around. The Giants lead in the National League West is up to 3 games after they take the first of this 3-game series.
And we talked about it.